Hey there, my name is Przemek, and here is a review of Remanence album called Sepiadrone. Remanence. To be honest, I wasn't familiar with this name, and it was kind of a small surprise to me when I found out that their debut, Apparitions, was released by Cold Spring Records in 1999. A debut at least as Remanence, because I see in 1995 both musicians, Brian McWilliams and John Phipps, have released a tape called Premonitions, but under a name Arcana. Probably they've changed the name because of that more known Swedish dark wave Arcana. Never mind. In Cold Spring catalog, Apparitions have number 26, and it's placed between a classic Schlosstegal album, Black Static Transmission, and Psychic TV double live album. The musicians state that during recording their debut they were under the influence of such artists like In the Nursery, That Can Dance, SPK, Lastmore, Peter Gabriel's soundtrack to Last Temptation of Christ, or David Sylvian's instrumental works. I checked the Apparitions, and yes, it all makes sense. I'd mention also perhaps Endura, or maybe the lighter phase Ontario Blue, maybe a bit of Shinjuku Thief, maybe even a bit Yield Frost. Nevertheless, it has this cool, a bit retro synth classical vibe, very characteristic for the time it was made. After Apparitions, they released an EP called Lamkier in 2002, and the album A Strange Constellation of Events in 2005. After that, they went on hiatus for almost 18 years, with a break in 2015 for a reissue of Lamkier. I didn't have the opportunity to check these two releases, so I can't relate to them in Sepiadrone context, but here's this new one. Sepiadrone, as I said, very nice aesthetic design, as you can see, with these cards inside, with graphics like this, and one more with the credits. There's a variety of sound sources used by both musicians, Brian McWilliams and John Phipps. They use, among others, a number of analog synths, plus drums, rattles, metal plates, shortwave radio, field recordings, sample manipulation. While, as I said, I can't compare it in any way to Lamkier or Strange Constellation of Events, I can say that there's not much left from Apparitions on Sepiadrone. It's dark ambient, rather still and calm, but strangely disturbing. And you know what comes to my mind when I listen to this one? Annihilation movie by Alex Garland, based on Jeff van der Meer's novel. I have here a Polish edition of this one. It has the similar feeling of exploring a strange place where the earthly physical laws and rules don't apply. The organic vibe of the album, enhanced by the field recordings, makes me feel like being in a forest where some unexplained occurrences take place and some unnamed threat is lurking somewhere between the trees. If I'd have to point some projects I could compare Sepiadrone to, it might be Kammerheit, perhaps, because of sort of being restrained but also efficient in building that atmosphere, and also the experimental approach and vast imagination of these two musicians make me think of Soviet France. You know, those calm drones, chirping insects, the stillness of the air. It's a very elegant album, and they don't overuse the effects as if their motto was minimalism is the virtue. The album is quite long, almost 70 minutes, but some tracks are made in two parts, like Sepiadrone 1 and 2, Sepiadrone 1 and 2. Some tracks are in both original and reprised or remixed versions. Therefore, there are recurring fragments or musical themes in different versions, and such forms of the album make me think of movie soundtracks. You know, I really like this album for building the atmosphere, not, I don't know how to say, straightforward, you know, like in your face, but letting this suspense creep slowly and subtly within your personal space. Along with Sepiadrone, I also received the album by other Brian McWilliams project, Aperus. It's Weather Anomalies from 2021. I will be reviewing this one in detail, but I'm quite aware it may have gone under the radar, and it's not good that it has. Because Weather Anomalies is a fine piece of experimental field recording and analog sounds based ambient, which I could call meteorological. If you know me, you know I'm really into this form of experimental music, so if you plan to get Sepiadrone, think also about Weather Anomalies, especially that the physical release looks absolutely stunning, you know, like this. Sorry, with those really beautiful photos of nature, like this one, and this one, and this one, or this one. Really nice. Okay, that would be it for now. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.